It's finally here. First post-Birdbane Halloween. Right after this, I'm going out trick-or-treating. My kids are excited to get their candy. I'm excited to see how many Birdbanes are gonna be out there. And as a reminder, if you're wearing a Birdbane costume, you see another Birdbane, the proper thing to say is, caw-caw! Also, off the success of The Penguin, Max just ordered a Birdbane show. You know who's gonna play Colin Farrell if he can lose the weight. We talked about Magic the Gathering. That was a mistake. I apologize. Made a ton of mistakes with the Magic the Gathering card. Clerics are divine casters, wizards are arcane casters. The former cannot learn the other spells. I mean, Jesus, Seth, what kind of operation are you running here? Pretty shoddy one, obviously. Someone wrote, prepubescent boys aren't tenors, they're trebles. And now that someone's on a list. I'm crossing my eyes on all these punchlines. Can you see? I said last week that in corrections, I said that octopuses had 16 testicles. A lot of you were confused as to how I got to that number. I'm gonna use some marine biology terms here, so I do hope you can keep up. I thought those were I thought they had 8 I was disappointed last week by the reaction to my art card for the prequel of Sling Blade being Slung Blade. A bunch of you pointed out that's not past tense, it would be future tense, so maybe it would have worked better if I'd said it'd be the sequel. And then one of you sent in a far better prequel title for Sling Blade. Slung Sheldon. I can't hear anything either. Is it playing? Shu, is it playing? I'm realizing that as you're watching this, Halloween's basically over for you, so you already know the answer as to whether or not Birdbane has been a hit Halloween costume. You know, and if it's not, obviously, you know, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing for me. I'm gonna have to eat a lot of crow, which incidentally was one of the crimes Birdbane was accused of. I ate the crow, Batman. I ate all the birds. That's fierce was Christian Soriano's catchphrase, not Tim Gunn's catchphrase. Tim Gunn's catchphrases were make it work, and of course, hello, I'm Tim Gunn. Podium and lectern, I don't care. We showed Trump as a whale psychologist when in fact he said on Joe Rogan's show he wanted to be a whale psychiatrist. The difference being that, you know, Trump wouldn't be a therapist listening to a whale's problem. He would be a doctor who specializes in mental health. You know, whales' mental health. And, you know, he would prescribe antidepressants. Like whale Butrin. I said I use OpenAppleF to find my corrections in the YouTube comments. was told the open Apple button doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does at NBC. We got them old Macs. My writers are always late with their assignment because they're playing Minesweeper. Oh, Kenny. We did a bit last week, you guys, about how Kenny had Welshed on his bet. And can we find out if you're allowed to say Welshed? And if it's one of the bad ones, put this in. Go back on. I don't care about your cancel culture. So Kenny, we were just playing last week. Kenny did get the tattoo. I begged him not to. I genuinely begged him not to. But Kenny is a man of his word. This is how fresh the tattoo is. I asked Lloyd to take a picture of it so I could show it. And Lloyd said that it currently had some cream on it, but Kenny would wash it off later. That's how fresh the tattoo was. It had cream on it. I mean, I think that's what he said. I mean, it was Lloyd, so he's like, Kenny, we about cream. Go, we about cream, I'll start too. Can I take a big ice cream? Or I'll say, come on, cream. This is an actual photo. I think you guys are going to be happy. If you can't be happy about this, Jackals, I don't know what we're doing. Look at that. It's a jackal. It's the final score. It's a Steeler symbol, and he forged my signature. Are you not entertained? Is this not what you came here for? This is it. We're done. That was a very short week, which is good because it's hard to express how hot it is in this mask. I think it would almost be impossible to trick-or-treat in this. You know also why I'm realizing it's a bad costume is it's not like one of those portmanteau costumes that people would get when they saw it. Like, you'd have to watch corrections. Like, no one would see this and go, oh, Birdman. Oh, let me guess, Birdman? Short week, but you know, what can you do? Hey, at least Chappie wasn't here.
I was here.
What? Why weren't you talking?
I was doing Charlie Chappie.
See me next week, Batman!